Well, it seems every rabbit, bunny, rabbit, thing, hoppity, needs a carrot. So let's make a little carrot that's just the right size for our bunny rabbit. Going to need 2 colours, orange and green. Tiny bit of stuffing if you need to. You don't have to put stuffing, but it helps. We're going to start with a magic ring of 4. If you don't need to use your loom, fantastic. Don't use it, just use your hook. It's completely up to you, but I'll do it on the loom so that people can see what I'm doing. Take a single band, wrap it once and twice, and then we thread through our 4 little bands. So here's our first one, and our second, our third, and our 4th. Take that off your loom and put that somewhere else. You don't need it right now. Now, squidge this around so that it's a magic circle, not your magic semicircle. And we're going to pop our hook through this first stitch. Now, it does get a bit tricky. It's a bit tight and squeezy. You're going to need a stitch marker as well, by the way. We're going to do a single crochet through this first stitch. So move your hook through, join in, and put your stitch marker on that stitch. Now, in each of these stitches we're doing 1 stitch only, so that was the first stitch in this one here. So we move to the second stitch, 1 stitch only, third stitch, 1 stitch only, and 4th stitch, 1 stitch only. It is a bit tight and squeezy. Push your hook through the first stitch again, do a single crochet, move your stitch marker, and that signifies that this is the first stitch. Now we have to find our second stitch, and as you can see, it's a bit tricky. This is our second stitch. You've sort of got to pull it out a bit with your fingers. This is our second stitch. We're going to make things a little easier for ourselves by putting an increase in this little stitch here. So that's 2 single crochets in the same stitch, followed by a single crochet and a single crochet. And then our first stitch, we're here again, and you're just doing a single crochet in there. So we only put 1 increase in, okay? Move your stitch marker, and it's still tricky to see what we have here. You can take your hook out if your stitch marker is holding onto things. Stretch things out just a little bit so you can see. Alright, put your hook back in. You've done your first stitch. Now here's your second stitch here. We're going to do an increase, so 1, whoopsie, come back here you, 1, and do your second stitch in there. As I said, it's tricky, especially with bands that want to run away. 2, go through with singles until you get to the end of your round. 1, 2, 3. But now if you want to count, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is on your hook. Okay, so because we did 2 increases, we did an increase in the 3rd round, we've done an increase in the 4th round, so we've increased it from 4 to 6 now. Put your hook through the first stitch again, do a single crochet, move your stitch marker. Now we're going to do, that's our first single crochet. In the next stitch we're going to do an increase. 1, 2. In the next stitch a single crochet, and then an increase, I'm sorry. 1. Actually, I think I've gone through a little bit. I didn't go through the 2 loops. Maybe I did. Let's check. There we go. Better safe than sorry. 1, through again, 2, single crochet, 1, and then in the last one, increase, 1 and 2. You now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is on your hook. Alright, so now we're going to do single crochets until we reach the desired height. So 1, this is our first round of single crochet. Let's go around for another round of single crochet. Move your stitch, whoop. Catch your stitches and then move your stitch marker. And we'll do another one. Now you can stuff this if you choose to. If you don't want to, it doesn't matter either. My first one I did not stuff, the second one I did. It also depends on the bands. I used Rainbow Loom for my first carrot. I'm using Rainbow Loom again. My second carrot that I did not use Rainbow Loom, and they're a bit sort of more floppy, so I stuffed. So let's see if this is the length we want. I think we might want a bit longer. Probably do one more round, I think. Again, it's completely up to you. You can go as many as you want. But I'm going to do one more round. A tasty treat for my runny babbit. Okay, so I'm going to push my hook through the first stitch, get rid of my oranges. I'm going to go with green, take a single green, pull it through and add that to my loop, and I'm going to move my stitch marker to that outside band. Okay, we're going to go round, go into the second stitch, one over the other, and pull this through. Oh, if I don't let them slip off my hook, those 2 loops like that, and then we just do a round in green, Remember, we change colours, so you have the 2 bands at the top and the 2 bands underneath. See how it's split? We're going through those 2 top bands. Drag your green through like so, and stitch marker. Now this is where you would decide whether you wanted to fill with stuffing or not. We can do a tiny bit, and you really do just need a very small amount. Open up and pop in a tiny bit. You want to kind of stick it down. There we go, like that. We're now going to close up with green. Take your stitch marker off. We're going to be doing decreases. So go through one and the other and do a decrease. One over the other and join. And the same again. Oops, fling your bands at somebody else. Now, I'm going to leave, I've done my little knot here, but I'm not going to tie this through like that. I'm going to leave it like that, and I'm going to do a chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip knot, and then coming down on the you want to make sure that you're coming down on the inside, and you're going to do little single crochets to the center of your carrot. At the center here, you're going to go through a couple of the bands in the middle, pull a green band through, attach the loop that you have, reclaim one over the other. So this is your first sort of bit of leaf, and you're going to go through another pair here, get a couple of bands on. You've still got this one on your hook here, okay? Pull a single band through, one over the other, don't join it. We're going to again chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we want this to finish on the inside, so I'm going to take my hook out, put it through the other way, because as I come through I want to be finishing on the inside. So one over the other, grab a few more bands, and I'll be doing my little single crochets down the center here. Just one in each little chain. Like that. Now just going through a band at the bottom here, grab a single band, pull it through and tie off in a slip knot, and then we can hide this tie off band inside our carrot like so. Sort of squidge this up a bit so that the stuffing migrates, you can sort of roll it as well so that the stuffing moves all through your little carrot. But there we have a little carrot for your little Easter bunny. I hope you enjoy making. Take care.